Hello crochet friends and welcome to G Crochet Off the Hook. I'm G, Geraldine, sharing my love of crochet. I'm so happy to have you here with me for today's adventures. Now I have been a little bit lax. If I think I overthink to sit down and start chatting in front of the camera. I don't know why I still go through it being not coming to me that easily. Regardless, I have some gorgeous makes completed and I'd love to share them with you. And I'm going to start right off the bat with Ulrike the wolf. We may remember him from, I'm not sure which video, not too long ago. He's a pattern from Hobie. It is Rita the fox and Ulrike the wolf. I used Kismet's plush velvet. This is 100-gram skeins with 120 meters. Recommends a size 6mm hook. I used a 4 in these two different colors. The pattern was lovely and quick to make, even though he waited for a while for me to embellish his eyes and his ears. It's crocheted, the legs and the arms are crocheted in the round. I just added the tail in the round as well. Sewed on the ears and the muzzle. And because this chap had waited so patiently to be completed, I did decide to make him just a little hexie cardie with Kismet's Feels Like Cashmere Waves in the color Java, also with a 4mm hook. He did wait so patiently. I thought an accessory was just the right thing to cheer him up. And he looks rather dapper in his little hexie cardie. And he's a very happy chap, he has told me. So that was Ulrike Wolf in completely completed. Yes. And now, as I promised, he can join some of his friends and hang out with them at the back here. The next two patterns was also plush makes, and I used 2 skeins of this colorway with the Lee's Voluto. Now the Lee's Voluto is 100 grams, 3.53 ounces, 68 meters or 74.3 yards. My husband had chosen the colors for this next make, which is Terri the Sea Turtle. So we set aside 2 of these skeins and then some yarn that I had bought and not yet crocheted with, which is Ella's Velour Speckle, and this colorway is Fool's Paradise. Also 2 skeins, 100 grams in a skein, only 50 meters. And the size of both of these are very similar. This one is a little more full, if I can say it that way, and they did work up very nicely together. So taking us back in time just for a short second, in May this year I did crochet Old Soul Crochet Terri the Sea Turtle, but I did crochet it with a 2.5mm hook and some Owl Charities DK yarn, and that was this little chap. So at last we have completed Terri the Sea Turtle into plush yarn, and here he is. And I'm quite pleased that the 2 yarns worked well together. I had done the pattern once with the acrylic, so all the stitch markers that were needed to keep all these pieces together went very smoothly. And that's the belly with the flippers and the tail. And then the shell. This is that Fool's Paradise velour speckle. And I love his little face. Now, usually when I embroider on plush yarn, I will use the Kismets in black and white to do the little eye details. On this one and most of my other makes, I do use a cotton yarn. I did make the eyes with the cotton and the little eye flex. And then the only thing that I really added here was I did little eyelids also with the speckle yarn. So there we have our very big little baby size Terri the Sea Turtle. He is quite a little character. Now with, as I said, we set aside 2 skeins of each color yarn, and with what was left from making Terri the Sea Turtle, I got to dip into another pattern, another turtle. It's been around for a while, from my pattern stash, and that was Tatiana from Jade. And here's this little guy. Again, using the Lee's Voluto solid color for the head, the tummy, and the flippers. And then the speckle yarn and velour speckle, and this was Fool's Paradise, the colorway. And I can now tick off as well, like I do with all my patterns that eventually get done, with a little smiley face, but I know I have done that one. And that was the end of my turtle crocheting. So we have Terri the Sea Turtle and Tiana and the very tiny Terri Sea Turtle. They do stack up together quite nicely. Okay, awesome. So those were the plush makes that I completed towards the end of August. Now I was wondering, I know that many of us that crochet use crochet in practical ways every day. If I start listing off the examples, we might be here for a long time, but I mean, we do washcloths, scrubbies, coasters, tea cozies, baskets, wall hanging envelopes, you know, all practical makes. Well, I came across a situation very recently. We bought some chairs for the kitchen, and my daughter happens to have the same set of, you know, those chairs that you sit on by the counter. And within a day or two, because we are all different heights in the house, I realized that the metal bar of the kitchen chair, depending on who had sat on the chair, when you pushed it sort of towards the counter and the chair swiveled, the counter was grating on that metal piece. And I did take a picture, so I'll try to remember to insert what I'm talking about. Anyway, I came up, like we do sometimes, with a very quick solution, and it's working very well. And I have made The same for my daughter, that I'll take her to her next weekend and sew them onto the bars of her chair for her as well. And all I did was I made a strip of star stitches with enough of a width that when you fold it over, the metal bar goes inside, and then I just used the mattress stitch to stitch it up together. And now my kitchen chairs are protected from that scraping against the counter, and it doesn't look bad. It looks quite stylish, especially for somebody who crochets in the house. It's always nice to see that a simple crochet can make such a difference practically in the house in some way. So I thought I'd just share that with you all. I do have 2 loveys that I have made. One is complete, the other one I'm just finishing up, so I'll share that with you all next time. In the meantime, I do know that there are many crochet alongs going on at the moment, and we all love to take part when we can in some way. And the first one is The Greatest Pumpkin Cowl by Lynn at Lynn's Penguin Creations. And we've only just received week 2's pumpkin that we'll be making. So head on over to Lynn's channel to see the pumpkins. And week 1's pumpkin was the very easy pumpkin, which you can either do as half double crochet or single crochet. You just make a strip long enough and wide enough for the size that you would like to have, and then you can either crochet in your stem and leaves, or you can decorate with a cinnamon stick and some twine. I did pull out a pumpkin that I've had for many years now, which is also in line with just doing the single crochets, but there is a tutorial by Sharon Ojala where she shows you how to crochet on a bobble stitch for a nose and embroider eyes and eyebrows, and you'll have yourself a grumpy pumpkin. I think he's just too adorable. And again, I could stack him on top of the other one that I had just made a bow for. So that's The Greatest Pumpkin Cowl with Lynn and Lynn Penguin's Creation. And thoroughly enjoyed seeing everybody's pumpkins for week 1, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody's pumpkins for week 2. Then we also have another cowl, and this one is on week 3 already, I think now. It's hashtag Crochet Roulette 2025, and week 3's choices that were chosen was mushroom and yellow. And I couldn't resist. This is a YouTube tutorial by Chubbies by Ash, and I made this adorable mushroom critter. I did crochet him a mini mushroom. It's actually in the color mustard, but it shows up very green in photos and on the camera really. A lovely pattern to follow with the whimsical outcome of this mushroom critter. And he does look a little bit grumpy. I think him and his friend are sitting down together somewhere in a pumpkin patch perhaps. And I'm sure they're jolly inside. It's just one of those cases of, what's the purpose of your face? Well, we just have a grumpy face, but we're quite happy chappies. So that's the hashtag Crochet Roulette 2025. And that's with Tracy at Travel Crochet AU. Now, just to grab my note, I did write it down right over here. There is another cowl that I wanted to mention because there's lots of time to chill out with some crochet and perhaps watch the movie My Family Did Find It For Me on Netflix. It's apparently a book by Richard Osman, and the movie is called Thursday's Murder Club. And this cowl is with Pamela from Ginger Cat Crochet, hashtag by hook or by crook. And I have watched the movie. I did thoroughly enjoy it. There are some really great actors and actresses, and I won't spoil the fun. I already have a few ideas of what I might be able to make. So head on over to Pamela at Ginger Cat Crochet and check out her video where she talks about by hook or by crook. And perhaps you'd like to jump in. It doesn't have to be crochet. You could use any of your creative arts that you enjoy and choose something from the movie in your craft that reflects what you saw and send that to Pamela. Then I don't have it with me. It's in the lounge. It's been my F1 project for the last few weekends, and that is the hashtag Mosaic Cowl 2025, which is with Flourish Crochet with JK. That's Jana K. She's doing a mosaic blanket by MJ's Off the Hook. I think it's the snowflake one. And she's hoping to get that completed by the end of 2025. And she's invited anybody who's perhaps taking up or wanting to complete a small mosaic project to join her and encourage each other to do another crochet project, which may be different from what we normally do, and that's mosaic crochet. Hopefully soon I'll be able to share mine with you and some of my previous year's attempts at trying to do a mosaic crochet project, and also a pattern that cost quite a lot of money. This is giving me the courage to perhaps buy said yarn for this expensive pattern. That's absolutely beautiful. It's 60 pages. It's in its own book. It's just waiting for me to have the courage to tackle it. And hopefully soon that's exactly what I'll do. And then last but not least, I remember seeing Cassandra from Crocheting Ever After this Sunday gone past. And she's doing another cowl non-cowl. She has generously given us another bear pattern that you can find on her blog and print out. And then take your bear into your hometown and share a picture of your bear with Cassandra. And she's going to make another beautiful collage with everybody from all around the world's bear in a picture with something that represents your hometown. So that's it for now, folks. I'm sure I'm seeing you on many other people's slideshows with the projects that you've been submitting. It's wonderful to see everybody's creativity, and I look forward to sharing with you the lovies that I have completed and my mosaic journey as it is going along at the moment. So enjoy the rest of your week. Happy crocheting.